but I will say we've had some really great opportunities coming through the door directly from Clearlight. We're seeing a very high frequency of high quality sales qualified leads getting added to our calendar directly, exactly in the industries and with the job titles and the levels of experience that we want. So the level of qualification is really high of the leads that we get from Clearlight.
Hey guys, today we're going to be talking to Aaron. He's the head of marketing at Aura, and we've been working together for about 6 months. Right? Appreciate you joining me, Aaron. Yeah, basically, if I could just start by asking you to tell me a bit about you and Aura and what you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely. So Aura is a workforce intelligence platform. Essentially, we gather data, cleanse it, analyze it, and present it on everything about the workforce around the world. So we've got millions of companies, billions of data points, billions of employee profiles all gathered into one place. And we provide an AI-enabled intelligence platform on top of that so that you can quickly analyze that data, understand at a glance, and be able to instantly put that into presentations, present it to executive leadership, and make actionable decisions on that immediately. So when we talk about workforce, we're talking about anything from hiring, attrition, talent, education, headcounts, employee sentiment, compensation, anything like that. And what's really special about our platform is that not only do we provide and cleanse that data and standardize it so that it's all clean in one place for you to use, but also we have that AI-enabled layer on top of that that's able to analyze it, provide you insights directly, essentially perform the work that an analyst would be doing so that you can be more empowered to save time, save money, and get straight to the most important insights that you would need to do that. And usually we serve clients in private equity, hedge funds, management consulting, enterprises, larger scale companies that are trying to find data at scale on their clients or on their portfolio companies so that they can make decisions and make predictions into where those companies are going based on what they can see from their workforce. Are they hiring? Are they firing? Are they growing? Are they shrinking? That's essentially what Aura does. And my role here at Aura as the head of marketing is to make sure that we are representing our brand properly, make sure that we're driving leads and demand for our product, and just showing the world what our data is capable of, and helping find those clients out in the world and bringing them to our product.
Thanks for that. So if you don't mind sharing, tell me a bit about the situation that you were in, sort of personally, and kind of Aura, the situation that Aura was in, just before we started working together.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to give you some context, Aura, we are a startup. We're a very fast growth, fast paced kind of company, very lean team, mostly here based in New York City. So when I started working with Clearlight, I was pretty new to the team, getting used to sort of the pace of the company and running as a first priority to begin driving really high quality leads to our product. I think the challenge for us is that we are in sort of a new space where there's not too many competitors, and there is a level of education that we need to do to get folks, acquainted with what we do and why it's valuable. I think that a lot of companies now, we're talking about workforce analytics, we're talking about workforce intelligence as a concept, but maybe they don't have a direct product that does exactly what Aura does or anything similar to that. So we have to explain what we do. Usually our main competition is something like an internal team that's like scraping this data manually, or a team of folks who are there's other alternative sources where they could get something similar to what we do, but not exactly. So yeah, when I came in, it was all about driving lead generation and providing results quickly. So I saw a solution like Clearlight and realized that, okay, this is a great way to automate some outreach that we've seen a pretty good amount of success with just internally with our own teams. There's a way to be a lot smarter about the work that we were trying to do and to be more scientific with messaging that we were using. So as a marketer, that was really appealing to me, taking this sort of very one-to-one sales process and making it a bit more automated, a lot faster, more efficient, and more scientific. So that's what appealed to me about Clearlight, and I think all of those things have proven to be true during our partnership. So it's been great.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And like at the time, I think I remember you were talking with a few different agencies. Um, would you mind sharing like what particularly made you go with Clearlight?
Hmm. Yeah, I think we were chatting with a few different agencies that ran, AI enabled SDRs or, AI messaging or, AI powered LinkedIn outreach. So things that do similar to what Clearlight does. I think what ultimately convinced me to bring on Clearlight was sort of the I think your personal expertise, your experience, some of the test campaigns that you generated and showed us, you were able to show a really strong proof of concept, which made helped me convince our leadership here, like, hey, this is worth the budget, this is worth the test. I think there was definitely some internal skepticism from folks on our team who have used similar tools before, similar platforms, or similar agencies even, and they've said, oh, we tried that, it never works. But
Mm,
I was, you know, I think that this one could be a little different. I think it fits our use case really well. Obviously, we're a B2B business. Um, we do have an element of education that we want to do with our users, which is difficult to do in sort of like, social media advertising or very like short format kind of things. Like we need more personal touch. So that's where the having the automation that Clearlight's tools provide, as well as like your hands-on expertise in the way that you are able to change that messaging or the way that it's delivered, like on an as-needed basis. I think those two things together is really what uh, convinced us to give it a try and what's ultimately made it work.
yeah. Looking at things from like a results perspective, can you tell me a bit more about those results and how they've affected Aura?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have had so we work on a longer sales cycle, so it's hard to I can't give too many hard numbers on like revenue or anything like that. But I will say we've had some really great opportunities coming through the door directly from Clearlight. We're seeing a very high frequency of high quality sales qualified leads getting added to our calendar directly, exactly in the industries and with the job titles and the levels of experience that we want. So the level of qualification is really high of the leads that we get from Clearlight. We're having really high quality conversations with these folks. We're definitely setting the right expectation. They know what they're getting into when they hop on these calls. And it's basically exactly what you want for a sales team, right? We're getting warm, high quality leads delivered straight to their calendar, no fuss about it. Um, so yeah, results have been really strong from that perspective. Like I said, we do have a longer sales, so I think that a lot of those like closed deals and revenue will be more clear in another few months.
Mm,
But overall, the experience has been great.
amazing. So, what in particular do you like most about working with Clearlight?
Hmm. I think well, there's a few different steps in the process that all work really well in concert, and I think what you're going to find most valuable is it just depends on the type of company you are. So there's the lead sourcing, which is really great. Our team is able to provide feedback directly on say, hey, we'd love to go after this company, this industry, this type of job title, and we're able to put that together right away. Then there's the actual messaging itself, where we can adjust. Okay, we want the AI to scan a profile, take a few keywords, maybe their location or their job title or their company, and use that to dynamically insert some type of messaging into the outreach that we do. And then there's the last step of actually sort of one-to-one speaking to each of these people and arranging a time to put on the calendar and then delivering that to us and to our sales team. So I think for us, the step that we've found most valuable has probably been um, the actual lead scheduling, to be honest, because that's our team has limited availability. We do get pretty good demand gen now from our website, from our SEO, and through organic channels like that. So what's difficult for us is making sure that we bump up the highest priority leads to the top of our, to the top of our list so that we're not wasting time on our less qualified leads. And we consistently find that leads from Clearlight are generally much higher quality and a lot stronger and a lot more ready to purchase than average leads coming in through the web. So being able to prioritize those leads and make sure that they come directly to our team is a really valuable asset. And that's something where, AI is not as smart at doing those kinds of things that a human can. So working directly with you, Tom, and making sure that all of those calls get the correct level of attention and priority is really valuable.
Cool. Yeah, man. Amazing. Okay. Lastly, I guess, would you recommend Clearlight to another business owner that's in a similar place to Aura?
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely would recommend Clearlight. I think that our experience with working with you has been very, very good. I think that you delivered really great results for our team. I think that for other companies that are either selling hand to hand, doing a lot of B2B, or even if it's not necessarily selling, like looking for partnerships or any kind of like one-to-one B2B marketing, this is a super valuable tool. It helps create scale in a much shorter amount of time. It allows you to gather data a lot more quickly on the types of people who are interested in your product, which is useful. You get a lot more sort of like time of day in front of the leads that you want to speak to, as opposed to if you were paying for social media ads or other kinds of more traditional advertising. Yeah, and you build really valuable connections very quickly, which is all really good. And I would say that specifically your expertise in like crafting the right message and making sure that we're like cutting through the noise in terms of what's getting into folks' inboxes or how that's reaching them. That is really useful because that's something that I think our company and our team have struggled with a little bit in the past. I've definitely seen other teams struggle at other companies with this before, where we're crafting sort of generic messaging, no one's paying attention. But I think your expertise and how long you've been doing this really helps you say something unique that folks are more interested in. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it.
Nice, man. Yeah, I really appreciate that. But yeah, I want to say thanks so much to you, Aaron. And for anyone else that's watching, if you are considering working together, just drop me a message on LinkedIn or go to my website, tryclearlight.com. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. Have an amazing day.